All right, let's go. Day number 13, so December 13, 2024, and a new day, a new night, and a new vlog series. And today we will be more specific. Until now, we went broad about business, life, psychology, and everything, but right now we're really going tactical. And the main subject, as you can probably tell from the headline, is why Meta ads, Facebook ads, are the best for eCom businesses. So, first of all, let's start with eCom, e-commerce. What is it? Because it's one of the fastest growing markets out there and it has many subdivisions, but it's basically electronic commerce. So, buying things online. When you go on Amazon, when you go on any other website where you buy things, basically that's e-commerce. And we'll specifically talk about physical products, not digital products right now, because they are entirely different, especially when it comes to margins. And this is a whole other subject, but basically when you sell something that's digital, it doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to ship it, you don't have to pay someone to actually make it, you don't have to store it. So it's sometimes a better business model, but at the same time, think of it like this. Some of the biggest companies that we know, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Mondelez, and so many that sell chocolate and so on, right? Like the brands that you know, Milka, and many of them are under the same brand anyway, because it's like the rich get richer. You have enough money to buy the smaller players and then you become a giant. But let's come back to Meta ads. Like, why are we talking about Meta ads? Basically, because if you want to sell something online, think like this. You actually need people to visit your website, right? I mean, how would they otherwise know? Maybe content, like you can create content, but the fact is, how many people actually watch your content, right? And how many people trust you? And that's why influencer marketing is a whole other thing, but to some extent you depend on people, right? With influencer marketing, does that person have charisma? Does that person know how to talk in front of the camera? But coming back to Meta ads. So what are Meta ads? I mean, I think all of us know, like we just open our phone and let's see, I don't have any notifications, just 10, not too many. But yeah, you go on Instagram, right? So let me open Instagram right now. We have stories, and then the second post is actually, as you can see here, let me see. Can we actually stop for a second? I don't know. Actually, it tries to track my face or whatever. But the second post in here is actually an ad. So it's a travel one, going to Thailand for 10 days, 10 nights, whatever, 1.5k euro, right? So basically, this is an ad. And if you tap on it, right, Meta actually makes money. Actually, it makes money even if you don't tap on it, because it's impression based, not like Google. Google is actually click based in most cases, while on Meta, just if you see the ad, just if you scroll and see it, then you have to pay Meta for that. But why is Meta the best one for e-commerce and in general, actually, for most platforms? Well, because it has so much data on you, right? Like, think of it like this. If you like a post on your feed that's about Italy, that's about pasta, that's about pizza, that's about Wurst, right? Is that a German thing? I don't know. About hamburgers, right? It will show you the same thing. And let me track my face again. So it does have so much data on you, right? I mean, depends what age you have, but if you're maybe 30, you might remember the Facebook days and how you were following all the irrelevant pages like the Real Madrid fan club. If you're from Europe, I don't know, Chelsea fan club, whatever was popular in 2005. Actually, not 2005, 2010 probably. That's when I would say maybe Facebook started to grow more, at least in my country, my friend group and so on, like when I was in high school. And yeah, it was like you were just liking photos. You were following pages, because things have changed for sure. Like on Facebook, you're following pages. On Instagram, you're liking posts and videos, right? It's such a huge difference from, let's say, 10 years ago to now. But Meta is a $1.5 trillion company for a reason. It's making money, and even I'm making money from it. And I will be making more, because it is a company that's dominating. It's much better, honestly, than TikTok. It's much better than Google. It is the best ad platform right now, because you can play around with so many things. You can play with images, you can play with videos, you can play with different headlines, you can have different copy. There are so many variables, and that's why you can win, because maybe you're not good at one thing, at two things, at three things, but if you have, let's say, a 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 for multiple things, then it multiplies. And it's just like in real life, right? Like, do you have to be the best looking? Do you have to be the richest? Do you have to be the best driver? Do you have to be the best speaker, whatever? No, it's a mix. And that's why ideally, just like in life, you don't want to have the worst headline, you don't want to have the worst image, you don't want to have the worst video. But honestly, even to this day, like, not everyone is actually advertising correctly. I mean, I'm just working for 2 weeks now, I believe, with a brand from the UK, and I'm not saying they were doing a bad job, right? Because it wasn't necessarily a bad job, but it was like subpar, meaning that they could have done so much better. And I'm doing much better right now, because I have all of this data from the past. So this is where experience matters. But I've seen brands grow to, or better said, from 10K to 100K a month, from 100K to 1 million a month in terms of revenue. So, and that is primarily through Facebook ads. Because if you spend, think like this, if you spend $1 and make $2 back, or $3 or $4, right? How many times would you continue doing that, right? Well, as much as possible. If you can go to the casino and put $1 in and get 2 out, you would play all night long, especially if you're a male and you are motivated. So that's why Meta is such a huge company right now. That's why it has Facebook, that's why it has Instagram, that's why it has WhatsApp, that's why it has Oculus, that's why it invested so much in the metaverse, because it thought we might spend more time there. Doesn't seem like it, but shit happens, just like with NFTs. Like, some things are way too early, just like with the internet in the 2000s, just like with Bitcoin in the last decade. Like, there are some things which take time, right? Just like in real life. You won't make the best connections overnight in most cases. So it definitely takes some time, but you can also envision things before they actually happen. You can be an early adopter of many things. For example, do I hold Bitcoin right now? Yes, I do, because I do see the future, but I've gotten into it very late. However, AI, I probably started using ChatGPT slightly slower, but in the meantime, I did start to use it more and more, because there are some things which will help you immensely, I would say, right? And Facebook ads are one of those things where you can add just one more zero. So I was saying, you put $1, you get 2, right? You put $100, you get 200. You put 1,000, you get 2,000. You put 100K, you get 200K. You put 5 million, you get 10 million. Of course, there's a law of diminishing returns, meaning that things do get harder as the more you try to scale, right? It's just like you want everyone to like you. I mean, almost impossible. Impossible for sure. Because if you say something, no, not everyone will agree with it, right? Just because people have different preferences. So it's hard to say that all men should be rich, because I mean some women won't like that. And then if you say all women should be rich, then some men won't like that, right? And it's not just gender specific, it's also specific to other things, right? So let's say maybe when it comes to pay, right? Things like this. So many things that can be like that. So I would always say, be very cautious of it. And besides that, the main thing that I want to point out is that you need to take advantage of opportunities like this, meaning that sometimes you will have, let's say, periods of time when you can actually push something, right? Like 10 years ago, Meta ads, Facebook ads were really easy. Now, not as much, but that's why you need to take advantage of some things as they happen. And that's why I'm talking about Meta ads right now. Are they the easiest right now? They are not the easiest, but still they are a huge opportunity. And paid ads in general have been very effective at advertising and just growing businesses. And think of it like this: where is the money in this world? In businesses. So basically, be around the money, because that's how you'll make more, and with that you'll have more freedom. And I think most of us want that. So with that, we'll end day number 13. I'll have to go home, edit this, put it in CapCut, and then post it. So that's it about Facebook ads for today, and see you tomorrow.